Hey guys, it's Social Gamer here, and sorry if I sound like I'm out of it. It's just that I woke up a few minutes ago actually, and I'm kind of tired. And I just thought of a what if that I thought you guys might like. So this is a what if Izuku was trained by Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Liu Kang. And also, if you don't know the title, that's the order in the way that he's gonna be trained by each person or each character from Mortal Kombat. So right now I'm showing Sub-Zero because he is the first sensei that Izuku Midoriya will have. So yeah, so it's gonna be the same as canon and My Hero Academia is that Izuku is still quirkless. Like, the quirk doctor checks him and says, "Sorry, kid, you're gonna have to give up on that dream because you don't have a quirk. You're quirkless." At that moment, Izuku's dreams were all crushed with just a single action. It was crushed, but the mom asked, "Are you sure that he doesn't have a quirk?" And the doctor said the same thing as Ken, is that he had that extra thing in his toe, extra bone in the toe, I believe. No, joint. Sorry, it was an extra joint in the toe, if I remember correctly. God, I haven't seen My Hero Academia in a long time. So pretty much, the same thing happens that Inko and Izuku go back home, and Izuku asks if he can watch the video again, and the same thing as canon happens. He asks if he can become a hero, but something different happens. Hasashi comes back home from work, and he's excited to see his son. He's excited to see his family. Because he was working he was working from abroad. I don't know where, but let's say somewhere in Europe, let's say. But they're gonna send him to somewhere else to work. But right now, he asks if he can have a day off, like a week off, to spend some time with his family, since he didn't have time to spend with them. So pretty much, Hasashi goes inside and says, "I am home, family." When Inko sees him, she's kind of happy. She feels this happiness. Not that, covers up everything that happened to Izuku, but she feels, happy that she's seen her husband for all this time. And Hasashi asks, "Where's the little man? Where is he?" Excited to look around, and Inko looks sad and says, "Oh, he's in his room." With Hasashi says, "Is anything okay? Is everything wrong? What did I miss?" Inko explains that Izuku is quirkless, and his dreams got crushed. With Hasashi just sitting there and being mad at the doctor, just not being just saying it bluntly, and just saying for him to give up, even though just to not be able to do that. Because Hasashi is a supporting father. He is someone that you can lean on in this what if. And then Hasashi goes to the room, and he sees Izuku just watching the video. The room is dark, and you hear All Might's voice in the computer, stuff like that. And then Hisashi turns on the light and says, "Hey there, little man. Are you okay?" With a sense of worry for him. And then pretty much Izuku turns around and sees his dad, which kind of makes him feel a bit happy, but not too much. So he just gets off the chair and slowly walks towards him, with Hisashi just hugging him, saying, "It's okay." Just being there, he's trying to support. He doesn't know what to say. The only thing that he can say to his son is pretty much, "It's okay. Let it out. It's okay to cry. And Izuku starts crying and crying because the reality that he is quirkless and he can't do anything hits him pretty hard for just a 4-year-old. And he wants to be a hero to save people with a smile, like All Might does. So Hisashi made a mission to make Izuku happy for the week, since he has a week off. And then and he just try to make him happy, like just like goes and watches movies with him, like goes to the park, go to like maybe just hang out and just play around with it, and like just play around, have some good times, make some amazing good memories. So we skip to the end of the week where Hisashi gets a call and he says, "You're gonna have to go to work. You can bring any one of your family because it's gonna take a while." And Hisashi hears this and he says he's happy and he asks, "Is it okay if he can bring his son with him?" With his boss says, "Yeah, it's fine." Where were we again? I believe we were at the part where he was gonna so pretty much his boss said it was fine to take his kid with him to like work, but he's gonna have to work, and it's fine if they like spend time together to like just bond. This is just for plot, so please understand. Please don't hate me for like just doing this, throwing out of like, I know it might not be real, but it's just for plot. Please understand. So pretty much, Hasashi asks Inko if he can take Izuku with him so he can just explore and understand what's out there in the world, to feel like to feel happy again. Inko scared of like Izuku leaving for a long time, but when she sees Izuku happy, like with the All Might figurine again, she sighs and says, "Fine, but you have to, you have to be careful with Izuku, right?" Hisashi says he will be careful and he will take care of him. So, just like let's say a day passes by and Hisashi did tell Izuku about that. Izuku tells Bakugo that he's gonna go with his dad for a bit and then he'll come back. Bakugo did like knew like Izuku did tell Bakugo that he was quirkless and did bully him, and Bakugo just pretty much said, "Go ahead, you quirk like Deku." With Izuku just says, "Okay, bye, Kachan." With Iz- with Izuku and Hisashi boarding on a plane, going pretty much going somewhere in the let's say somewhere like over the Antarctic, because I need it for plot. So please remember, don't hate me, please. So pretty much, and sorry if you hear any sounds in the background. That's just my family. So Izuku and Hisashi get on the plane, and then there's some turbulence. If I think I am using that word correctly, I don't remember. If I'm using it wrong, please tell me. But there's turbulence while they're flying. There's like a storm there. There's like, and because it's because there's a villain there that has like a storm manipulation quirk. And he's fighting, and people see some other person fighting this villain. They see a man with lightning. If you know who I'm talking about, congrats. A man with lightning and lightning that's shooting straight towards the guy, but the guy dodges it, and he, uh, re- let's say he deflects it towards the plane. The man that shot the lightning was didn't notice it until it was too late, because he thought he was alone, and he thought there was no other innocent civilians. Then pretty much the plane starts crashing to the ocean, which is freezing, cold, and it was Hisashi was able to swim Izuku to shore, but they were both. Izuku was freezing, and Hisashi also. So Hisashi thought maybe he should use his quirk, but his quirk wasn't working. It was too cold for him. He was freezing. So he kept Izuku near him, and before Hisashi fell unconscious, he saw a shadow, like a shadowy figure, coming closer and closer. And if he said, "If that's someone, please save my son." Instantly, Hisashi falls unconscious. Then Izuku finally wakes up into a weird place. It looks like a place that's completely white, and there's like a fire in the center. And he just kind of freaks out, saying, "Where am I? Where's my dad?" Where the man says, "Ah, you're finally awake." Izuku, startled from the question, saying, who are you? Are you a villain?" The guy says, "Villain? No, 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 no. Uh, you see, I am not here to harm anyone. I just saw you and your father in the snow, and you both were freezing, so I decided to bring you here to my village." I am deciding. Yes, yes, okay. Please don't hate me about the Lingquei being like a village. It's more like a secret village where only the people from the Lingquei actually do know the entrance towards. So please, please, I understand if people are big fans of Mortal Kombat. Please understand. This is just for plot. I'm not trying to rewrite anything. I'm just doing it for plot reasons. So please don't hate me. So Izuku says, "Village, where am I?" "Well, your plane crashed, and you and your father are the only survivors. But you, on the other hand, are in a better condition than your father is." Izuku asks, What do you mean? Where's my dad? Where's Dad?" Izuku was gonna stand up, but he realizes that he was just cold because let's say a small bit of adrenaline came up because he was worried and didn't know where he was, and all that distracted him from him being cold. After the guy says, you are not ready to go because you are freezing. Wait here for a bit and just wait here for a few days and you'll be fine." A few days pass. Izuku gets better, and and then pretty much the man says, "I see your temperature is getting better now. Would you like to see your father now?" With Izuku says, "Yes, yes, I want to see my dad. Where's my dad?" With the man walking Izuku to where he is, he sees the village. Izuku, for the first time outside of that place where he sees it was a weird looking house, which which it looks like some look like a regular house and some look like a igloo, pretty much, but he doesn't know what it is. Izuku, besides, I don't know how I know that some temples do look like how there's some temples there. I'm just gonna say that the temple is where the training grounds for the Lingquei. So that's where the temple is. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know where so yeah. Izuku is taken to where the infirmary for the Lingquei is, and he sees his dad, but he is in a coma. His father is in a coma, but he's also a bit he's he's fallen to a coma, and he's in a block of ice. Izuku asks, "Why is he in a block of ice? What happened?" With the man stating, "Don't worry, he is fine. This ice is able to help him be alive, and also help him heal a bit faster. It's just that he actually fell into a deep sleep," he put it into a child's term for coma. With Izuku said, "Do you know when he's able to wake up?" The man says, "Sorry, no, I don't, sadly. But I don't know. We don't know what else to do. The only thing that we could do is leave him into a block of ice so he can feel better. And don't worry, once he wakes up, the block of ice will break, and also he will regain memories and also maybe forget some memories. And Izuku felt, and Izuku said, "Well, how am I better?" With the man stating, "Well, your father protected you. He self-sacrificed himself so you can be better. He used himself to warm you up because you were freezing cold, extremely cold, and you would have been dead if it wasn't for him." Izuku, hearing this, was saddened. He was happy that his dad was able to save him, but sad that he had to sacrifice himself. Izuku felt so weak and so helpless, not able to do anything. And matter of fact, he was quirkless. He felt like he can't do anything. And he got mad, saying, "Why am I so useless? Kachan was right. I'm so useless. I can't do anything. I can't." And then he started to cry. The man asks, "Child, why are you crying?" With Izuku stating, "Because I was useless. My dad needed to protect me, and I couldn't protect him. And I'm so weak. I can't do anything. I'm so useless." With the man stating, Sometimes people are can't do anything. Which is fine, but you shouldn't go down that path. You shouldn't let yourself down. With other people, if someone put down, like, uh, when someone helped you, if you want to repay that debt, you have to be strong and try to find your own way of strength. Izuku asked if there's any way if he can get stronger. The man asked, "Yes, there is, but it's rigorous training. Are you sure you want to do this? Because for a 4-year-old, it's almost like certain death, and I don't want to risk a child's life." With a face of determination, Izuku said, "I am willing." And the man kind of smirked, saying, and sighs, saying, "Children these days are children these days." And the man, and also Izuku says, "Oh, I forgot to ask, may I know your name?" And the guy said, "My name is Kuai Liang, and I am the chief of the village, you can say. But also people know me for my fighting name, also known as Sub-Zero." Izuku was confused, saying, "Sub-Zero?" "Yes. If you didn't notice, you were actually outside the cold the whole time, and you didn't even feel cold for some reason, hmm?" With Izuku saying, "Why is that even relevant?" With the guy saying, "Well, this place is a bit special, which you can't get cold, but you can also kind of adapt the powers of the cold to you." With Kuai Liang just putting up his hand and then making a frozen sickle. Izuku said, "Oh, is that your quirk?" Kuai Liang let's say pretty much the Lin Kuei know about the outside information about quirks and everything. And Kuai Liang states, "No, this is not a quirk, young child. This is something that you can gain, but it's rigorous training. You have to be determined. It's almost certain death once someone tries to master this. Are you sure you want to do this?" With Izuku hearing that this isn't a quirk and you can attain this power, he was more determined than ever. And yes, I'm gonna make it that this is something that you can gain in the Lin Kuei, but you had to train by special means. Some of the Lin Kuei can do it, but when some of the Lin Kuei try, when they're not experienced, they can actually die from being frozen. It's like they can freeze themselves by accident and die by that. So yeah, This is a life and death situation if you try to attempt it. So Izuku and Kuai Liang train. Kuai Liang shows them the basics of what to do, like how to fight and how to self-defend, how to and how the ice works. Like it's by your imagination or like more like memory to use what weapons you feel comfortable with and what how it feels. So Kuai Liang like teaches him like he doesn't like fight him instantly. He's like a 4-year old, so yeah. He shows him how to punch and how to kick. So pretty much they just practice that. A few years, like let's say 2 years later, when Izuku is about pretty much 6, Kuai Liang starts teaching him how to manifest ice, slowly but surely. It's like one piece of his like body in a way. Like for example, you start with the finger, and then you go like slowly with the hand, and then like try to retract it, like like almost like Todoroki in a way. Like when he uses his ice and you try to melt it off, but Izuku doesn't have fire, so he tries to slowly melt it off his hand in a way. And when he starts doing this, like when he first started doing it, Izuku was freezing like from his finger because it felt like because of frostbite. But then when he kept doing it, it's like he couldn't feel like he could still like feel cold, but it didn't affect him in a way, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the ice didn't like affect him anymore, and he wasn't freezing. And then he was able to do like the ice doppelganger by accident, which Kuai Liang thought that was impressive because people who make this actually fail completely. Izuku stating, "Oh, sorry, it was by accident," and I read some of the techniques in the library of the temple library of the Lin Kuei. Sorry, master. Which Sub-Zero, I'm just gonna call him Sub-Zero so it can be easier to remember. So I'm just horrible with names, and that's the easiest for me to remember him by. So Sub-Zero pretty much just is really impressed that he just read it and he accidentally still completed it because he kept trying and trying to do a different move. Like he was trying to manipulate, like make an ice like a weapon of ice, but he accidentally made a doppelganger, which is actually way harder to do. Which Sub-Zero is like, well, you do have potential in you. Izuku did have like trouble with his ice because his dad is a fire, like has fire. So I'm just gonna say that fire is gonna be easier for him to control later on. It's just for like little insight for you guys. Then then sub then Izuku is training much more. Like each time he gets older, the more difficult his training gets. And he starts getting the hang of his ice. He's able to do like an ice ball attack. He's able to do like weapons like ice nunchucks, ice sickles, ice spears, ice katanas, you name it. And then one day, then when Izuku was granted to be like when he passes, he's one of the youngest people in the Lin Kuei history to become almost like an assassin. And then like the day after Izuku, like let's say graduated, uh he felt the presence of someone. He thought he was an intruder, but then when he went near Sub-Zero, and Izuku is let's say Izuku is someone that can sense danger, but like isn't someone like almost like an how do I explain it? Izuku can sense danger like a chill up his spine, if you can say. But he doesn't know where it is, so he goes looking around like the whole Lin Kuei area, and he sees a man he's never seen before with a weird type of armor, sneaking behind Sub-Zero, which he was meditating. The guy was like in a stance to almost kill him, but Izuku jumped in and attacked him. With then like the attack was blocked by the man with the weird looking costume armor. Sub-Zero says, "It's fine, Izuku. He's a friend. He was just trying to do a little scare." With Izuku saying, What? Was confused, and he looked at the guy back. With the guy just looking at him saying, like, just a bit actually surprised that someone was able to counter him and also see, like, able to in a way sense of what happened or an attacker, because very rarely the only person that he knows that can combat against him is Sub-Zero, and pretty much Scorpion takes an interest to this. So, but before Sub-Zero and this man actually had to talk about some business about their clans. By the way, Izuku actually knows the past about the clans and also knows that this isn't just a regular village. He, Sub-Zero explained to him like when he finally like graduated, but he didn't want to send Izuku, such a young child, to like do missions for the Lin Kuei. He still had a lot of in front of him. He didn't want him to do anything like that affects his mind. He still cared for him like he was his own. So Sub-Zero asked Izuku, "So, child, what do you think of doing in the future with this ability?" Izuku says, "I want to be a hero and save people. And I want to do it like All Might does. He with a smile." Sub-Zero just does a little smirk, saying, if that's the path you've chosen, walk it. There may be hardships, but don't let it waver you." Izuku just says, "Don't worry, Master. I won't let it." Then that was just a bit of background, so you guys can know what they were talking about, since their relationship is like almost like uncle and nephew, pretty much. So pretty much, Sub-Zero talks to this man, and Sub-Zero just calls him, "Hello, Scorpion," or should I say Hasa? I don't remember how to say it, his name, so the only way I can say it is Hasashi, if I remember correctly. So I'm just gonna call him Scorpion so it can be easier. So yeah. So then Sub-Zero says, "Hello, Scorpion, old friend. How are you?" With Izuku says, "Scorpion?" As in Scorpion from the Shiroryu that you told me about? And like your close, and also the person that you fought with to protect Earth, like you said. And Scorpion says, "So," pretty much just says, "So, you told the child, huh?" With Sub-Zero saying, "Yes." With Izuku kindly said, "I am sorry for attacking you. I thought you were an intruder. I am very sorry." And with Scorpion saying, this student is different from the other student that I remember, the one who we shall not say." And pretty much Sub-Zero looks down with a bit of sadness, saying, "Yes, he is different, and that's a good thing. He is someone that puts out a hand to help others. He is very kind." And Scorpion says, is he actually part of the Lin Kuei, or is he an outsider? With Izuku saying, "How did you know?" With Scorpion saying, "Well, I can see a bit of your green hair, which is kind of obvious." Izuku saying, what? And then you can just, like, he sees in the mirror that some of his hair is just pretty much, like, pointing, like, getting out of the, like, the little hood he has. No, actually, there's no hood, nothing covering his hair, pretty much. Izuku says, what is it about my hair? Because most of the Lin Kuei don't have green hair. The Scorpion says, pretty much. And Izuku says, oh, caught red-handed. And remember, he's like 7, but he's pretty mature because he had to, so he can become stronger. And Scorpion says, he's pretty mature for his age. What age are you? Because you look like you're about 6. Izuku says, close, I'm 7. Scorpion says, what? And you already, finished the Lin Kuei? And Sub-Zero says, yes, he is the youngest in history for the Lin Kuei. Scorpion is surprised that there's a prodigy in the Lin Kuei. And also asked, I want to test him if you don't mind. With Sub-Zero says, I don't mind at all. He actually does hold up himself a good fight. Izuku says, is it actually okay? So pretty much the fight happens. Scorpion shoots so pretty much the fight is gonna happen, and Sub-Zero is the one that says when he says fight. Pretty much Izuku has the same moves as Sub-Zero, so pretty much yeah. But he has his own fighting style. But so pretty much Scorpion sees the way he fights is almost like he's cautious, but also he's ready to fight anytime. He's like ready to punch or like kick anytime. So when Scorpion's attacking with his katana, Izuku barely dodges it, kicking the katana out of his hand and then making himself one katana, throwing it to Scorpion. Scorpion was gonna dodge it, and then Izuku teleports right behind it when he grabs the katana, and it hits Scorpion with the ice. It's not like it can cut through him because it's like a friendly little fight. So yeah, Izuku attacks Scorpion from behind with the katana when he's teleported there. With Scorpion surprised, saying, what? Well, mostly thinking, saying, what? How is that possible? Interesting. Then Scorpion just dodges it, but with a little scratch on him, saying, interesting. I can see why you graduated so early. Izuku still says, thank you for the compliment, sir. Him still being Izuku. So pretty much, there's fighting, and then a time passes where Izuku falls on the ground, tired, with Scorpion just breathing heavily, saying, you are right, Sub-Zero. He does hold up a good fight. With Sub-Zero saying, just drinking a bit of tea, and then says, see, I told you. Excuse me. This child has a lot of potential in him. With Scorpion saying, yes. And if you don't mind me asking, is it okay if I trained him too? With Sub-Zero just spitting out a bit of tea, saying, wait, what? Are you sure? Scorpion saying, yes, I think he can handle himself. Besides, the fight he put up, it would make a lot more regular people go run for their money. He would be a good Shiraryu and also Lin Kuei, so don't worry. Don't worry, he'll still be part of the Lin Kuei. And Izuku said, why don't you... Izuku just says, wait, you're gonna train me? Why? Because... And Scorpion just says, because you show promise. And you show heart. Because the way you fight is like you're ready to fight for others. You're fighting to protect. And that's what got me interested. I'll help. What do you say? You want me to help you learn how to fight even more? With Izuku looking back and Sub-Zero asking, "Is it okay, Master?" Sub-Zero saying, I don't know. Someone from the Lin Kuei learning how to fight in the Shiraiyu. Sounds interesting. So this is where I'm gonna leave it off. I hope you guys enjoy the what if, and sorry if I haven't loaded a lot of what ifs for a bit long. I'm just thinking of what ifs would work because I just need ideas. But besides, have a great day, guys. Bye.